Yesterday we talked about this book and the importance of etymology and how when defining words, we often have to use the word in its parent language. And I explained how this word right here, in its original language, is transliterated. Which means a changing of the letters into the English script. But the meaning does not change. And in English, since the English language, since the 14th century, around the 14th century, there was a vowel shift. Right? So now this in English doesn't make sense. In the 20th century, this Arabic word was often translated or transliterated as this. Now, the predominant transliteration is this. These are both simply transliterations. The root word has not changed, will not change, does not change. I use an example of how I lived in Japan for 2 years. The Japanese word arigato gozaimasu means thank you very much. If I write that in the English language, it does not change the meaning. If I write Gesicht, which is a German word, if I use English letters to spell out Gesicht, it does not change the meaning. So, I've been using the Arabic language to define this word. Some people, in defiance of science and the principles of language, will say, well, Aramaic predates Arabic. Okay. So then I ask them, so then show me Muslim in Aramaic. And then they can't, because they don't study either language, nor do they study the English language. They just tell me, study. Okay, so using the principles of the master teacher Abdullah El-Tuli Mozibe, I did research. And the root word of Muslim is salam. Sin, lam, mim. That's the root word in Arabic, which in English means to submit. So from here to here is a translation. So from here to here, translate. This word in Arabic in English means to submit. To transliterate means I'm changing the script from Arabic to a script you can read, which would be English, and it is that. The meaning does not and cannot change. So, when doing research as to the origin of this word, you see that it is cognate with Aramaic, which means this root word comes from the same exact root word in Aramaic. And we'll look at that right now. Shin, Lamed, Mim. So notice how sin, lam, and meme sound very similar to that of the Aramaic. Shin, lamed, meme. Sin, lam, meme. And if you got the book Moorish Lexicon, then you see that within Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic, a lot of the letters have the same name. Right? So we see that Shin, Lamed, Meme is a triconsonantal root of many Semitic words, many of which are used as names. The root meaning translates to whole, safe, intact, unharmed, to go free without blemish. Its earliest known form is in the name of Shalim, the ancient god of dusk. Derived from this are meanings to be safe, secure, at peace, hence well-being, health, and passively to be secured, pacified, submitted. Central Semitic, SLM. Arabic, SLM. Maltese, SLM. Imperial Aramaic, SLM. Canaanite, SLM. Hebrew, SLM. East Semitic, SLM. South Semitic, SLM. Ge'ez, SLM. Arabic Salam, Maltese Salam, Hebrew Shalom, Ge'ez Salam, Syriac Salama, pronounced Shalama or Shalomo in the Western Syriac dialect, are cognate Semitic terms for peace, deriving from the Proto-Semitic salam. Arabic, and by extension Maltese, Hebrew, Ge'ez, and Aramaic have cognate expressions meaning peace be unto you, used as a greeting. Arabic, assalamu alaikum, is used to greet others and is an Arabic equivalent of hello. Notice how they're equating it to hello. That's not what it means. It means the word alaikum. This is Ain, Lam, Ya, Qaf, Meme. Or there's no Ain, there's no equivalent English letter to Ain in Arabic. So we'll say A. L, Y, K, M. Means on to you. That's what alaikum means. It does not mean hello. It means on to you. This word, so kum means you. Allah, right? So let me show you this. Allah, Ain, Lam, Ya, or sometimes Aleph, means on or upon. When you attach kum, kaf, meme, means to you or yours. So alaikum means upon you. Right? Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the Arabic grammar, get this book. I went over this book in the last video. But so in the beginning, obviously Arabic is written from right to left. So when you open the book from right to left, it begins in Arabic. All the lessons are in Arabic. But when you go towards the back, that's where the English starts. It's the same lessons, just with an English key so you can learn and then you can practice. See? So this is lesson 3. And it eventually tells you some of the grammar. As an example, there's no copular verbs in Arabic. Let me see if I can find where it says when you attach meme, it means one who. So this goes over all of the grammar. I made a post about it before, but again, you can just look this up. But my point in saying this is how they translated it to hello. It's not this does not mean hello. Marhaban is equivalent to hello. This means may peace be unto you. This is a greeting that was referenced in the Quran, where those who are admitted into paradise, the angels will greet them with this, Assalamu alaikum. It does not mean hello. Marhaban means hello. This is why it's important for you to learn for yourself, so you can make distinctions like this. Right? The appropriate response to such a greeting is, and upon you be peace. Wa, the letter wa by itself means and. Alaikum means upon you. And then assalam means the peace or peace. So no one says salamu alaikum means hello, and then you respond with and on you be peace. That doesn't even make sense. Right? So clearly they're translating this wrong. Anyway, the Hebrew, shalom alaikum, same exact thing. Unto you be peace. Aramaic, salam ach, or I'm not sure what that is, an L or probably an L. Salam la'ach. I'm not sure if this is a kha in Arabic or pronounced as a K in English. But we see it's the same thing. We see Ain, Lam, Ya, Kaf, Mim. We see Lam, Aleph, Kaf. Salam, same thing, same letters. So when Moors are saying that, well, Aramaic predates Arabic, as if that dismisses the Arabic language, they haven't even attempted to study. And then when you ask them, well, spell Muslim in Aramaic, they'll just tell you study, 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 because they don't even know the script. They don't even know the language. So as you can see for yourself. All right, let's see what else we can see. Hebrew words. Aramaic. In Aramaic. Shalom. So you're going to tell me that shalom and salam are two different words? Even though they have the same root? And then here's a reference from the Harvard Semitic Museum. So SLM and its English equivalent to both Arabic, Aramaic, Maltese, Canaanite, and Hebrew means the same thing. So you cannot take a word in its original script whose root is cognate with something older than that, turn it into English script, and then say it means something else. If you ask the master teacher, Abdullah El-Talib Mosley Bey, that's what Europeans did to confuse us. Semantics is the field of study that reveals how words gain connotative meanings and became through European social engineering the common understanding, ordinary meaning, plain meaning, and the established meaning. Linguists, who are lexicographers, place connotative meanings in dictionaries, and over a period of time, the etymological/original meanings and applications of words are de-emphasized and eventually lose their true essence in the general public, because the general populace is not taught the etymology of words. The people are conditioned through European social engineering to accept the connotative and distorted meanings as being the true, real, and original meanings. Denotation is derived from the Latin words denotere, meaning to mark completely. Denotation is the state of using an object or symbol to signify, indicate, mark, or designate a word. The objects or symbols used as markers for words are the referents. That is to say that to denote is to tie a word to its object or symbol. The word chair denotes a piece of furniture having a seat, legs, back, and often arms. It must be made clear that etymology is not the study of words. This oversight would render a huge misconception into the study of etymology. It is important to emphasize that etymology is the study of the history, origin, and true meaning of words. Further, it is proper to note that there is a clear distinction between the study of the true meanings of words and the study of the meaning of words. Semantics is science that deals with the meaning of words. Let's examine the word nice. And then I read that already. How nice means foolish, not knowing. So etymology is studying the history of words. This is also called morphology. The word morph means to change. So to study how this changed from this, which changed from this, which changed from its root. That's called morphology. How a word changes. And predominantly it changes for multiple reasons. One of which is through affixes, which are word-forming elements to change nouns into verbs. Another thing is translating one language to another, where sometimes there isn't an equivalent sound. So in Arabic, there are multiple letters, such as Ain, that has no English equivalent. So since it has no English equivalent, it's often translated as A. Ta is another one. There's no English equivalent to ta, so it gets transliterated in English as a T. But ta is also transliterated as a T. But these are two different sounds. But since this sound doesn't exist in English, they transliterate it to a T to help non-native speakers learn. That's called morphology. This is a science, not based on how I feel about a word, not saying, well, this letter comes before this letter. That doesn't even make sense. They'll argue that O comes before U in the English alphabet, so therefore Muslim is superior. That does not make sense. That is not based in etymology. That's not based in morphology. That's not based on any principle of linguistics whatsoever. Now, this is very detrimental to the minds of Moors, because when we're studying and trying to get ourselves out of intellectual darkness, the only way to get out of it is through intellect, not based on how we feel. So by teaching the next generation the principles of learning, the actual principles of learning another language, or just the principle of logic itself, because when you study the Moorish Empire, we had logic and morphology as part of our curriculum, meaning our people were devout studiers of language. They didn't just go into a language and say, well, this means this because of how I feel about it. No, if you're going to communicate to someone from another language or from another culture who speaks a different language, you can't just make up the definition of words, because then they wouldn't be able to communicate with you. If tomorrow I say, well, the number 3 is really going to be the number 5, and then I start doing math with that knowledge without giving you the legend that I'm replacing 3 with 5, you would say your math is wrong. You start calling me an idiot because I'm making it up, right? So when you use science, when you use principles of language, there is no he said, she said. And this should be an opportunity for Moors to see who is speaking truth and who's just saying anything to appease other people for likes and followers. Ask them to show you the proof. Here's the proof. Here it is. There's the Aramaic right there. There it is right there. There it is. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. And if you want to know more Arabic, actually that's more advanced. Before you know the grammar, you have to know the alphabet. You can get this PDF for free. Help yourself reading Quran, Arabic, English. It goes over the alphabet. So that way you can identify the letters first. It tells you the alphabet and then the name. This is a T, that's a TH. This is tha. This is the. But they use a Z. Sometimes you'll see TH. For dal, right? Sometimes they translate this as TH. That's because in the English consonant sound and language chart, D and T are interchangeable. As an example, the word that. You'll often see in Ebonics, it's changed, it morphed into DAT, dat. Because when you look at the consonant sound and language chart, you'll see that D and T are interchangeable, just like N and M are interchangeable. Just like B and V are interchangeable. These are principles of language that the next generation needs to know. And instead of dismissing a science known as etymology, morphology, and the studying of words and how they change, and their roots and their origin and their true meaning, instead of saying, well, this word, there was a more that dismissed all of this by saying, well, Aramaic came before Arabic and they can't even speak Arabic. And then they'll say, well, my ancestors identified as Muslim, so I'm not going to identify as a Muslim. You can't even speak the language of your forefathers. If you read The Golden Age of the Moor by Ivan van Sertima, you'll see that mathematics, algebra, cosmology, botany, physiology, biochemistry, chemistry, everything, poetry, everything was written in Arabic. Everything. Correspondences to governments was written in Arabic. It was written in Arabic. So our ancestors spoke Arabic. So if our ancestors were describing themselves as anything, this is what they would use. Not this, because this is English. Both of these are English translations. They would use this. This came before this. This is from the 14th century. This is from at least the first millennium, which is 1000 BCE. This is 14th century AD. This is what we're speaking right now. This is what you're hearing right now. 14th century modern standard English. This is ancient. So what came first was this. Not this and not this. These are just simply English transliterations. The true meaning cannot and will not change. Point blank, period. And what's so amazing is that when you study the period of our forefathers, they were able to translate multiple languages into other languages by using these sciences. By understanding that, okay, this word is cognate with that word, so this is the meaning. That's how they were able to translate it. When Hebrew was a dead language, it was someone from Al-Andalus who resurrected the Hebrew language using principles of Arabic because they're related. They use science, not, I'm going to define this word based on how I feel. We're talking about societies that are going to read this. We're talking about the next generation that's going to read this. You can't just leave it up to personal interpretation. Societies aren't built like that. Nothing is built like that. Nothing. So if we're going to talk about which word came first, let's talk about its parent language, its parent tongue, its parent sound, where there are no vowels. They're trying to qualify something that's not originally an English word into English and then dismiss the language entirely. Well, English is based off German, so speak German. See how illogical that is? It doesn't make sense at all. So, someone also asked, is this an important subject? Yes, it is. Because it separates those who use science to teach our people, even though we're supposed to be more scientists, and those who don't. So this is a test, our test from Allah, to see who amongst us is going to stick to the science or go with, I'm going to parrot whatever sounds good to the conscious community for followers and likes. Because that's what's happening. Because they're not showing any proofs. Their only hint towards the truth is study, study, study. But they're not telling you what to study. They're not telling you what books to get. You want to study? Get this book. Put in the effort. Put in the time. Get these books. And see how hard it actually is. So to dismiss someone who's actually putting in an effort to learn something in a completely new language, to dismiss the science of language, the science of etymology, and just to listen to, well, I feel like this word means this. Hey, you're going to have to answer for that. You can get the book. There's free PDFs. Stop listening to people with no scholarship whatsoever, who don't put effort into learning anything. They just say, well, this means this because I heard a Moor say it, and that's it, no proof. Here's the proof. Third party references with the references at the bottom. I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, it's a blog. Go to references yourself. And then you'll start to see how these English translations are the problem. Because someone's taking something from one language, which is taken from another language, translating it twice, and then you're given garbage. And then you can't even cross-reference to prove or disprove it because you're not even putting an effort to learn the original language. Study for yourself, learn for yourself, and then you can distinguish, then you can see for yourself who is lying to you. It doesn't matter who says what. I don't care who's saying it. If it's not the truth, I'm going to speak out against it. Point blank, period. I don't care who it is. People used to call me, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, I'm going through this. Oh, what should I say in court? What should I do in court? Now they're against me. I don't care. What's the truth? That's what matters. The truth doesn't change, fade, or pass away. So if in Aramaic it meant to submit, in Arabic it means to submit. Which means in English it means to submit. They're not going to, so someone said, I just gave physical references and proof to the point. What can they say to counter it? They will never give any reference points. This is what I'm telling you, because the reference points have the truth, and the truth goes against what they're saying. I'm telling you. And then I'm telling you, and since man knows not by being told, I'm showing you the references so you can see and read it for yourself. Then you'll know for yourself. They never use dictionaries to define Muslim and Muslim. Why? Because when you go to the dictionaries and you read Muslim, it tells you the truth. Muslim. Also Muslim, meaning they're the same thing. Muslim is the form predominantly preferred in journalism and popular usage. Muslim is preferred by scholars and by English-speaking adherents of Islam. When you do further research into the word Muslim, during the 19th century, which is when Noble Drew existed, the preferred form of spelling was Moslem. That was the preferred method of spelling during that century. But the original language, the original word that it came from, has no O in it. When you study the language, you'll see that. So you'll see that when people are saying Muslim is better than Muslim, they're making it up. And then you'll see in the Quran where it says some of the lessons are basic, fundamental instructions for life. Others are allegorical, and you'll see those with perversity in their heart, those who want to sow discontent, those who want to sow arguments and confusion, they're going to focus on allegories. So they're going to make up an allegory between Muslim and Muslim as if it's two different things when it's not. I'm telling you. And since man knows not by being told, study the language for yourself, and you'll see that to be true for yourself. Then you'll be able to read the script that our ancestors wrote in and see for yourself. Don't listen to me. I learned from Taj Tariq Bey, and he told me not to listen to him. He said, look up everything I say, so I did. Look it up. And you will never, ever see Noble Drew Ali defining Muslim and Muslim as two different things. You'll never see Noble Drew Ali defining Islam as an acronym meaning I, self, law, and master, because that's not what it means. You'll never see him praying with 5 on the left, 2 on the right. You'll never see him writing to do that. You won't see it. Read all of his literature. I did. That's how I know. Let's look up Islam. Islam. A religion based on the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, believing in one God, Allah, and paradise and hell, and having a body with a K because that was the preferred spelling during the 1900s, and Sunnah, the Muslim religion, Moslem. And I just showed you what Muslim means. It's the same thing as Muslim, meaning one to submit, one who submits. I made a post about this earlier, so it should at least be on the Instagram if I can't find it. I don't remember which lesson it was in. I think it's past this. Let's see past this. Thought it would have been around that. Can't find it now. I'll probably find it later and make another post on it. I might be able to Google it really fast. The word Muslim in Arabic has two parts: the mu prefix and the trilateral root that forms the word Islam. The root word Islam is a verbal noun that means submission. When mu prefix is attached to such a root in Arabic, the resulting noun means a person who does the thing that the root word denotes. So when you add the suffix mim, again, there's no u in Arabic. Let's review that really fast. Show me the u in Arabic. Alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, dal, dhal, ra, zayn, sin, sheen, sad, dad, ta, dha, ayn, gain, fa, kaf, aqaf, kaf, lam, mim, noon, waw, ha, hamza, ya. Show me the u. Arabic only has 28 letters. Show me the U. There is no U in Arabic. There is no O in Arabic. Show me the U. There it is. There's the alphabet. It starts here. Show me the U. This is A, B, T, TH, J, H, KH, D, DH, R, Z, S, SH, S, D, T, Z, A, GH, F, Q, K, L, M, N, W, AH. Hamza can basically mean anything. Y and A. Show me the O and show me the U in Arabic. Oh, that's right. It doesn't exist. So when you read things like this, MU, this is attached for English speakers only. It doesn't exist in the original language. It doesn't. So the point of this is to show you that people are literally making frivolous arguments strictly to cause confusion, strictly to cause debate. And I'm here to clean it up with the science. So that way you can know who's lying to you. You can get this free PDF online. There's 3 books. They teach this at the University of Medina. So this is an accredited book that actual professors use in an Arabic country, Arabic speaking country.